Hi, this is an introduction to Google Classroom. This will be the very first class for the Google Classroom series that we're running at Chemont. So you want to start out on your Google page. You will want to go over to your grid, which are these 9 little squares right here next to where you log in. You're going to click on that, and you will go down to Classroom. The very first time that you log in, you will not see this because I have already added classes. You will just basically get a picture here, says Google Classroom, and you will have the plus sign. So you will need to click on this plus sign here. And at this point, you have a choice to either join a class or create a class. You are going to create a class. Just click on Create Class. You are now going to give your class a name. You have a choice of giving it a name, which is actually required, and then you can add a section if you like and a subject if you like. So for example, if you were an English language arts teacher, you might type in English, and then you could do like period 1 or section 1, whatever you prefer. And then if you want to, you could also call it English language arts. If you had something different to go down here by subject, you could. I'm going to just leave that blank, but you're able to add a third line there if you want to. Okay, and then all you're going to do is just click on Create. It will take it a second to create it for you. Okay, so it automatically puts in a picture for you. You are able to change this. You can either select a different theme from something that's already stored in Google, or you can upload a photo of your choice. I'm going to select a theme today from something that's already stored in Google. And there is a whole gallery of pictures here. So you can just scroll through, excuse me, and pick something that might match what you wanted. I'm going to pick the books right here. You could also go to patterns and just choose a pattern. So there are pretty many choices that you can go with for your pictures. And if you don't see anything you like, you can always pick your own. So just click it, and then you click on Select Class Theme. And you know that the one that you picked is selected because it has that little check mark in there. Okay. And I guess that actually was what was there. So just for sake of, I didn't realize that that was there. So I'm going to actually pick something different just to show you how easy it is to change. So if I wanted the open book instead, I just click on that, select class theme, and then it will. Okay. So that's how you customize your page with the way you want it to look. I just want to show you real quickly that there are 3 different areas to Google Classroom. There is the screen page, which is what we're on right now. There is the students page, which you have no students in here. I have no students in here currently because I haven't invited any students. And then about page. The about page is a page where you could tell a little bit about the class, and you can also add class materials. I'm going to go back to the can
make an announcement. So you could just say, welcome, excuse me, sorry about that, welcome to English Language Arts, period 1. Okay. And as you do it, you'll notice that as you're typing, you'll notice that it will say saving. So just like with any other Google program, it saves automatically. No need for you to try to save it. On this announcement, you could also add an attachment, which is this little paper clip. You could add something from Google Drive, which is the classic Google Drive triangle. You could add anything from YouTube. So you can, because YouTube is a Google product, you can put YouTube videos directly in this. Or you could add a link. Okay. You can create a topic if you would like to. So you would just type in your topic right there. I'm not going to create anything, and I'm not going to add a link or anything like that. So then you would just click on post. And your assignment, your announcement will be posted. Okay. You'll notice there are these 3 little dots right here. If you click on this, this gives you some options. You can edit, you can delete, or you can copy and okay. So if I decide I just want to delete this, I don't want this on there anymore, I just click on delete and it will go away. Next, I want to show you how to create an assignment. If you click on the plus sign and you create an assignment, you'll notice it's very similar to creating an announcement. Okay. So let's say that there was a teacher is assigning, I don't know, to read the first 2 chapters of the book The Outsiders. So let's just call this reading homework. Okay. And then the instructions would be, of course, what you have to do. So read the first 2 chapters of the book, The Outsiders. Let me just show you for sake of adding one of these items. If I wanted to add something from my drive, just click on drive. It will take you to most recent things, or you can just click on my drive. This is all my drive items here. None of these are going to have to do with The Outsiders, but let's just pretend that this one right here does. So I would just double click on it and it will be in there. Right now it'll say students can view file. You can click on the arrow down. It also has this option where it will make a copy for each student. So this is really nice. If you are doing worksheets, anything that you want the kids to actually fill out, and you don't want to have everybody's answers on the same page, which is typically what happens with Google Docs, you can click on make a copy for each student, and then each student will get their own copy, which will then create a drive folder for you to keep all those copies as they complete them and hand them in. So you would just click on assign. Okay. So now you've created your first assignment. It says each student will get a copy. The homework's all listed here. Your name will be right here. Now, if you found the need that you needed to edit this, you can go up here and go to edit. Maybe you wanted to give a due date. I had no due date. But if you want a due date, you can just click on this and a calendar comes up. And let's say we wanted to make the due date, I have that it's October 19th, so maybe we want to make the due date the 20th. Okay, you can also give a time if you want. that you have to actually put in, but a lot of times you don't really want the comment. Okay, and then you just click on save, and it will then save. Okay, so that's all I want to show you for this session on assignments. We will get back to it we will get back to doing some other things with assignments in future classes. Okay, the next thing I want to show you is how to change a few of your settings. If you go over to where it says students, you notice over here it says students can post and comment. This may or may not be something that you want to do. Sometimes what happens is that students decide to post comments that are just silly or unnecessary. So what you can do is you can go over here to that little arrow, and instead of having students can post and comment, you can also change it to students can only comment, or only teachers can post or comment. I personally like to do only teachers can post or comment. It's up to you. I'm not personally assigning a lot of homework and things that students are working on their own, so that works for me. So if you think it works better to make it that they can post and comment, or just comment, that's up to you. Okay. The next thing you're going to want to know is how can you invite students? You've created your assignments, you've created your comments, but you need to have your students in your class, right? So you notice on this page, which is the students page, it says class code, and it has the code right here. But that's that type is pretty small. So you can actually make it much bigger if you just click on that little arrow next to it. You can do display, and you get it bigger, and you can even do full screen. So you would just project it up on the smartboard, and then it's super big for you. When you are ready to get out of that, you would just click on the X, and then you are completely out of that. Okay, so that's all I really want to show you for today's class. Oh, I did want to show you one more thing. Sorry about that. This over here is our menu, so it will show you your calendar, which we will get into that in another week, but you automatically do have a calendar because you have Google Classroom. To do, which is another thing that is part of Classroom. So when you have assignments due, it will just list what's due. To review, and then already reviewed. Okay. Then you'll also notice that you have all your different courses here. Anything else that any of your Google Classrooms are going to be listed on here. Okay. Archived classes would be classes that were in the past. So you can say you add students to your Google Classroom for this year, and then those students are no longer your students. You can archive it. Okay, and that way you can always go back and see, oh, what did I do in the past, if you're interested. Okay. Settings is just going to show you many different things. Receive email notifications. That's not going to happen because we don't have Google email. We have email through Microsoft, and even though it's the same email address, we're not going to get email from anything. You probably want to turn off comments on your posts and comments that mention you. Okay. And then these are like any notifications you can get for classes you teach. Late submissions, resubmissions, invitations to co-teach a class, scheduled, post, published, or failed. So you probably want to leave those on. You want to know if somebody's tried to submit something late, somebody resubmitted. You're going to want to get notifications on any of that. And you should be getting that through your email. Okay. Invitations to co-teach a class would basically mean that somebody has invited you to their Google Classroom.